Okay, so today we are going to look at surface area. So surface area is just finding the area of all the sides of a 3D object. So it doesn't matter what you have, you've got to find the things. Now we've got formula sheet for some of our basic shapes, but what you have to be really careful of is what they're asking you for. So sometimes it's better if you just understand it's the area of all the sides. So for example, if I had say I had an opened box, so it doesn't have a lid, so it looks like something like that. So if you think about it, you would have all the different sides. So I've got like here, so you might find that side which is a rectangle, and then you've got, say, this side which is also on the other one. So I might say I've got two of them, and I actually got two of the green ones too, haven't I? Because that would be at the back as well. Can you see that? Yeah, so there'd be two of them, and then you'd also have the floor. So then, which you could say, all right, I've got a square floor. So then you work out how do you find the area of a rectangle. So you just go length times width, and you work them all out, and then you add them all together. Okay, so what happens here, if we've got this cylinder, we're going to have a look at this cylinder in a minute, but can you see a cylinder, what you actually got is the top of the cylinder, which is what type of shape? Circle. And then you've also got the bottom of the cylinder, which is what? Circle. And then you've got this bit that's going around the edge. Now, if you think about it, if I cut down the center of a cylinder, so think if you cut down a cylinder, so if just looking up here for a second with the paper, I've peeled it round like a cylinder. See, if I cut down the middle and open it up, what shape do I get? A rectangle. Good. So when you cut down, you get this rectangle in the middle. So really what you've got, you're finding the area of the two circles plus the area of that rectangle. Now, can you see this length here actually goes round the edge of the circle, doesn't it? When you roll it up, it would go around that edge of the circle. Is that true? So can I say that this length is the same as the circumference of that circle? Is that right? Yeah, so you'll see that you will see in the formula, if we go and look in our formula sheet for surface area of a cylinder, so it says the total surface area of a cylinder equals 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r times height. Now, what do you think? This bit here is two circle formulas, isn't it? So what they're actually doing there is finding the area of that top bit and that bottom bit. When you look at this bit here, this bit is finding the area of this, the section in the middle. So where height is actually that bit here. Okay, so that's what you need to know, because what if I said, oh, find the area of this glass? Well, the glass would only have one bottom. It doesn't have the top. So then the formula would be a little bit different. So you've got to be careful. So let's go and do this one anyway. It says find the surface area of the cylinder. So I'm going to go 2 times pi. What's the radius in this example? 8.5 squared. Plus 2 times pi times the radius, which is 8.5, times the height or the length of the cylinder, which is 15.7 centimetres. Now, they're good. Now, when I go do that on the calc, okay, so we did that on the calculator, and we found that to be, now, did it say to 1 decimal place up here? So I've got to be careful with that. So I found it to be 1,292.5 centimetres. What's the units if it's area? Centimetres squared. Good. Okay. So that's the cylinder. Say the cylinder didn't have say it was a glass. So pretend this is a glass with here, we've got a bit of red wine in there. So say they said find the surface area of the glass on the outside. Can you see a glass wouldn't have the circle on the top, would it? No. So if it is, so maybe we could, the total surface area of an open cylinder, I might call it that, so which would be like a glass, its formula would be just pi r squared. There's not two of the circles, there's only one, plus 2 pi RH. That part's still the same. You've still got the round body bit, but not the top. So just so you've got that, you need to be aware. That's where you're going to get those difficult questions. Okay, so the next one down the bottom here is find the total surface area of a sphere with radius 5 centimetres, millimetres even, and 2 decimal places. So who can go look up the sphere formula? It's there. What's the total surface area of a sphere? Total surface area of a sphere?
4 pi squared.
4
pi r squared.
Pi r squared. Good. So for this one, all I have to do is go 4 times pi times 5 squared into the calculator, have a look. Okay, so I end up with 314.16 millimetres squared because, millimetres squared.